So digging a little deeper into Digitalistas, we found that their shopping decisions most times are made before she goes into a store. And she's not highly influenced by in-store factors because she's really more influenced in her own digital space. Her self-image is not defined by family. These are the women that said, you know, family is clearly a most important part of my life and a most important part of who I am, but it's not what defines me. What defines me are other factors that we'll be talking in a few minutes. She is influenced by offers that are sent by mobile texting, as well as email and other vehicles that were mentioned in the interviews. And the reason I thought they're the most interesting, because they were clearly the group that felt that they're still straddling, in spite of the fact that they're Gen 3 and highly acculturated, they're still straddling both worlds. They're still balancing their Hispanic and their American culture, their real and their virtual lives, and they do feel very, very comfortable in the two cultures, but they're straddling it nonetheless. Their community is mixed. I work with Americans, but my family and my friend are mostly Mexican, was something that we heard many times. And their primary defining qualities is that they do prefer the internet to in-store shopping, that they use their internet to plan their shopping and search their websites for the right items, and that they buy online. And this takes us then into the whole notion of financial services, which we're not covering here, but you know, these are women that are using credit and are using debit cards to do their purchases. So they are, you know, slightly above the mean and the curve in that regard as well. Importantly, in terms of their aspirations and in terms of their future projection in the future, is they do have an aspiration that very much focuses on education. They want to graduate, they want to move away from LA, go somewhere different, have their own career. They are most definitely focused on that education as their path to success and to meeting the American dream, whether it was her grandmother's or her mother's or her own, but it is their dream and they are out there to make it happen. They want access to everything and they actively seek that access. Online is clearly a very important facilitator in that regard. A Hispanic gal is not expected, however, and I'm sorry, a Hispanic gal is expected because they do want to buy their Hispanic products, but in-language services are not. And they're very educated about pricing and about product information because they're obviously online and they're looking at it consistently or continuously. Now, fresitas, which is also a very interesting group of young, affluent women.
I like to shop for fun. That's always fun after a long, stressful day, shopping or working out, doing things like going to the beach.
I think being just successful in my career, and I just recently purchased a home, so that was like a major, you know, goal for me financially, being financially stable. And just being successful in my career, and now, you know, having both of them, having an ability to kind of just travel.
I like looking for the latest styles, the new, bright, beautiful colors. It's summertime, so I like going to malls where everything is nice and organized, places like Fashion Island, because it's outdoors and beautiful, and you got nice stores like, you know, Gucci and places that I love, Fendi, things like that, or the Beverly Center, of course, Rodeo Drive. But yeah, I like name brands.
Because I like to eat, and that's something that I don't have a budget for. So like if I just want to eat a nice meal, I will. I'm kind of like a health food nut. Like where I live right now, there are no Whole Foods and there are no Trader Joe's, so I have to go to like Culver City to go to Trader Joe's. I have to go to like Fairfax to go to Whole Foods, but I mean, if I really want that food, like it's not an issue, I'll just go drive and get it.
I love shoes, so you know, when the latest and greatest shoe comes out, I like to be the first to have it, and of course, you know, get a nice outfit to go with it. But yeah, I do get a lot of compliments from my girlfriends, always asking if it's okay with me, if they can run off and buy the same outfit or the same bag. Sometimes if I see something in a magazine, then I tear out the page. I'm like, okay, then I make it a point to make sure to go get that. But for the most part, I get together with my girlfriends or just go by myself, and just if I see something that I like, I pick it up. I like going to shop at places that are nice and clean and organized, and of course with good service. For example, maybe I'll buy the off-brand Listerine bottle just because it's the same exact contents, same exact thing, it does the same thing, and it's a little cheaper. But when it comes to shopping for clothing, for example, I don't usually like doing that. For example, going to Ralph's versus going to a Bloomingdale's. I just can't handle that. It's too messy. Things are just all over the place, unorganized. You kind of have to dig through things, and it just makes me claustrophobic, and just I want to get in and out. I don't have time to sit there and look through, 1,000 racks, and everything's just mixed match. It's just stressful, actually.